Hi, welcome to Beyond the Couch. I have no idea how I want to do this video. So I think I'm just going to talk directly to you is exactly how I'm going to go about it. So starting with the what my plan is for 2026. I don't normally make these types of videos because A, I don't want to seem like a liar if it falls through, but also B is it's just kind of hard to not talk about the elephant in the room. I don't think that's the right word, but at the end of the day, what I am asking for is for you, a total stranger who is watching this video right now. You may not even know me or have seen any of my content. You might have thought, hey, what is this? And then you're just curious. I want to be a filmmaker. Filmmaking costs money. And the day job isn't really working out in that aspect. And so this is kind of like my way of going, well, if I don't ask, it'll never happen. But if I ask and if I get a no, at least I asked. So let me talk to you about what our plans are for 2026, what films I'd like to make, and then kind of go from there. And it's really awkward because I don't like the idea of asking for money at all, because I was raised to work for the money as hard as I can. However, I've been working really hard and it's not really working. So, this is where we're at. First and foremost, I have Totodile Hunter 2 in the chamber currently getting worked on. So if you've seen my film Totodile Hunter, you will know that I have made this live action Pokemon thing as a test to hone my skills, and it performed really, really well. And so we went to work on a second one. However, it's taking forever, which is part of the reason why we're here. If we can get I like doing this stuff. I like making art. I like making, I don't want to say purposeful art, but art that gives meaning. Like, you can see that passion ran through this project from start to finish. And if I had 8 hours a day devoted to the art, things would be getting done faster. But 8 hours a day, if I'm lucky, goes to my part-time job. And so it is kind of really hard. And especially when I get into situations where, okay, they're not giving me a lot of hours to work, so I'm not making a lot of money. So then the moment that they're like, hey, can you stay until the end of the shift? And I'm like, I don't have a choice, do I? And so it's mentally taxing. It's really frustrating. But here we are. The next part is we're trying to wrap that up. We want to get one video out a month because YouTube likes consistency, but also consistency is the best thing that anyone can do for anything. And so a lot of times it is willpower. And as somebody who's on the spectrum, that's a hard thing to wrap my head around because my brain doesn't want to do things because I have to do them. As soon as you introduce that, you have to do this, my brain shuts off. And it's like, no, I don't want to do it. And it's part of the disability, and it's a lot of willpower to get through that and go, no, I'm going to go do this thing. Needless to say, that's why we're here. I told myself I was going to get one video out a month, and this month has been crazy. We almost didn't get it. This is what it's going to be, and I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to do anything crazy with it, but I'm going to meet that criteria of getting that one video out a month, and that's what this is. So let me tell you what we're going throughout for the next year. I'm going in circles. The next month, as we're going into March, is we're going to be working on my Mandalorian costume again. I'm a 501st member, and if I don't go on a troop, I don't want to say kicked out is not the right word, but that is essentially what is happening. Like, I would be a deactivated member. I'd have to reapply, from my understanding, into the 501st. Which isn't a hard thing to do. Like, I already got approved, so it's just more of like, oh, all right, let me go reapprove it, try it again, talk to somebody. I think everybody's pretty adamant, like we have, you have to go at least on one troop a year because everybody knows how busy life is. And so I just couldn't make it last year, so I got to do it this year before September. But that's okay. But that's the plan, and we do want to get on tape, and we do want to do that. And I need to talk to my commanding officers more about, like, hey, what does YouTube content look like for the 501st? Because that seems to work really well on my channel. But, like, let's say if we got monetized, and that kind of is one of the things where it's like, okay, well, how do you go about that? Granted, not that I don't have the tools available to me because we're not monetizable yet to go ahead and subscribe, so we can be. But I'm sure if there is an option, and I'll go look into it more, to turn off ads, like, hey, I don't want this video is to not make any money. This is not one of those videos. Then I think the Fiverr should be okay with it. But at the same time, I don't know. Money is the key factor here. We are a charity. We don't keep any money. We're nonprofit. We're volunteers. We volunteer our time. So it's not a, I think the only time is when we go to like outside vendors for like custom merch that we have to like order ourselves and design ourselves. It's not anything crazy. But we're going to try to get Mando Fiverr approved. And then if we can't within that month, that's okay. We'll probably take April to fix up the clone trooper and go on a troop. And then so on and so forth, whatever we need to do. So you might get 2 Star Wars cosplay videos, but honestly, from the looks of it, that's what my audience likes, so that's what you're gonna get. Plus, I really enjoy it. The next thing that we have planned, and we planned it in January, and we're very excited. I'm a big X-Men fan, and so if you're like me and you saw the news back in December with the teaser trailer for Doomsday, you know what's coming. I know what's coming. I'm excited. And so very hyper focused on that thing right now. But we have talked about doing cinematic retellings of video games on the gaming channel for a while now. Like, we've talked about it off and on. My friends like the idea. I like the idea. The only real thing is that, again, it takes effort and it takes time. Because what we plan on doing is live streaming X-Men Legends. That's easy, right? Get people together, set it up, live stream it, live stream the gameplay. We're all having fun. We're all chatting with viewers. Great time. But then the game ends, and we want to summarize what happened in the stream. So what we're going to do is we're going to summarize and write it in a script as we are telling a story, and we're going to recreate moments that happened between as us playing the game in real life. We're going to make the costumes. I have been elected to be Wolverine. I think Robbie, because when we were playing it, just the two of us, he really leaned into Cyclops, so he's probably gonna make a Cyclops costume. I think I have one person set to be Jean Grey. She's down to do it. She also streams on Twitch. And then TJ's gonna play, but we don't know what X-Men he's gonna gear toward. But that's kind of the idea, is that we're going to do X-Men, we're going to go make the cinematic retelling, and then we'd like to get it out by November. So the idea is, at the latest, stream it in June, shoot it in July, get all the post-work done by November, so then that way everybody can watch it, get super hyped for the X-Men coming in Doomsday, and then everybody goes to the theater, watch Doomsday the following month. Is the plan, and it's gonna be, and honestly, we're all looking forward to it. Like, it's gonna be a very fun project. We all are very excited about it. We want to try it. It's super handy. Then I have this. I kind of went this month on a little dopamine kind of craze. The last couple of months have been super hard mentally, and so I just really clung on to this Lego space idea that I've had for months now. It's like almost a year. And I want to say back in October, I bought the Lego Blacktron set, and I was like, oh, I'd love to make a movie with this. And then that kind of simmered and simmered and simmered. And I have a whole idea that I want to focus on the aspect involving, if you travel at light speed, you're traveling at the speed of light. From my understanding of physics, you would age very little by the time you got to your destination. But coming back, it's like the entire world that you knew it to be is gone because it's been so many years. I want to mess with that aspect of it. Like, how do you reinsert yourself into a world that has moved on without you? For lack of a better term, and then you come back, and it's just, what do you do? Because that's a huge sacrifice. You're sacrificing your world, your family, your friends. You never will get to see them again. What does that look like? And I think like Interstellar is a great movie about like with that concept. So I want to rewatch that. But I've never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'd like to watch the original Odyssey because that's, he's out for so long and then comes back. So even though it's not the speed of light because he's on a boat 90% of the time, but that's still a good one that I'd love to rewatch. But I want everything to be in camera, so I started messing around with spray painting space paintings, and Grandma really likes it. She wants to frame one of them onto the wall, and I'm pretty sure she's going to say that for all of them because I really do enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. Actually, part of me has thought about taking canvases and painting a bunch of them and selling these canvases of space paintings at like flea markets and stuff, so that way I can just make some extra money for these projects. But I digress. That's an idea, and so if you guys are interested in that Lego space thing, I mean, again, we have a Patreon. Leave a comment, letting me know that's something that you're interested in if you want to talk about it. And then I think the other thing that I was going to do was I am going to try to digitize the paintings onto Redbubble, so that way you can also purchase prints of these paintings for your own wall or a magnet or whatever the case. But that also kind of tells me like that is something you're interested in. And so as I learn more about art and painting and drawing, I would love to make designs and paintings and images for the different like original films that I like to do, put them on Redbubble, and that kind of helps tell me which one is like, yes, people really want to see this or people want to see that. So, but those are the immediate ideas. And the reason I want to bring it up is that it's, I'm asking for money on Patreon, and I wouldn't normally do this, and it's kind of like a hard thing to figure out what to do as a content creator or somebody who would like to be a content creator. Is just like, okay, I have art that I'd like to make, but the hard part is what just happened? Something happened with my computer for a second. I hit print screen and wanted to take a snapshot. The hard part is that, okay, you have all of these things that you want to do, and I will work on them for hours, but I'm hindered by the reality of the system that is in place, and I just get beaten down over and over and over and over again. And I'm having that battle while also fighting to get these projects made, and it's really hard. But I do know there is a number, and if that number is met, I can do this full time. And so that's the kind of the issue. And I don't want to say the number because at the same time it's like too much. Like it's to the point where, like, how do I explain it? I mean, I guess it's like relatively, like, I could be on top of all of my bills and the student debt that I have and stuff on $1,500 a month. Like, that I know is possible, and it's just getting to that point where I can do that and be able to do this full time. But then once I'm doing this full time, these things come out so fast because there is no more, at least there's me doing this full time. And then, for every $1,500 after that, okay, well, there's another person that doesn't have to do this. So like TJ, he's using my laptop, my gaming laptop, to do the animations for Totodile Hunter 2. So he's helping me with that. So it's not just me anymore doing animation and visual effects, which is great. But it's like, yeah, if we made $3,000 a month, yes, he would be getting $1,500 a month. I'd be getting $1,500 a month. We'd both be working on this as fast as we possibly can, or at least full time. And then, it goes up and up and up. But that's how, most things work, is once you get to certain benchmarks, you can do more things. I know this is what I want to do. I know personally, like, my challenges are just consistency, energy, just straight up energy. Right there is the biggest problem in the world, is just having the energy when I get back from work to then go do this. And as anybody with autism will tell you, it is really hard to push forward when you have zero energy in your tank. It's damn near impossible. So, needless to say, 1 video a month is my goal. And for the next 2, it might be cosplay. I know Pokemon D&D really took off on the last video that we did. Seems people really like that idea. I also love that idea. I'd like to do more with that. Um, there's a lot of prep work and scenario making I can do. I do know we want to do 3D printed miniatures for the Pokemon, because that's really the only way we're gonna get them. We're gonna have to custom make those, because it's not like Pokemon makes D&D specific Pokemon minis. But like our shed that we have, our workshop, it's the printers are stored there. I used to have them on this back wall, but they are now out there, and we're about to hit the summer, and without sufficient cooling, the printers will overheat. And so we also need to raise the money to be able to insulate the shed and put in a mini split, so it'll be a heater during the winter and an air conditioner during the summer, to keep the room at a moderate temperature for the 3D printers to function properly. And then we'll be able to get into that. But we also want to get into tabletop terrain as well for a lot of stuff. It's just there are things that we want to do. There's a lot of things. Like, I can tell you right now, our list for if I go pull it up, YouTube idea, yeah, YouTube ideas, there we go. I could tell you across all 3 channels we have a total of 116 videos / series that we would like to do, because every project can have multiple videos, and that's part of the struggle too, is figuring out what videos to do, what videos not to do. Because like with this X-Men one leading up to it, it's like, okay, well, we really got to test out some visual effects before we shoot this thing, right? So while we're streaming it in June, on the days where I can't get everybody together, it's like, okay, well, let me go test the visual effects, and you'll get videos of those and how to do like superhero effects and things like that, and how we're gonna have to do it on our end. It's all there. It's we really want to do it. I can tell you most of the videos that I have are gonna be, because I have a chart. Most of them are gaming related. But I will, yeah, it's like, I wish they would give me exact numbers, but we're probably around 46 different video game videos that I'd like to do. About 41 different BTS videos. So those are experiments, video essays, Lego stuff. And then I have about 25 different film ideas. Like, these are things that would be a film, and a short movie would go on that channel. But then those spawn everything, right? Like, every film I do, I try to make a documentary for. So like, we're doing Total Hunter 2, that's going to have a documentary aspect to it, where on the BTS channel, we'll talk about like what went into it, the screenwriting aspect of it, the stuff we learned from the first one to the second one. Like, we're going to talk about realistic Pokemon, because the first one, the goal was, can I animate creatures? Okay, yes, very rough, but I can do it. Where the second one is going to be, okay, well, can I now make them look real? Can I get the textures right? Can I give Totodile scales? Can I give Tyranitar a hard rocky body? Can I give, what does a realistic Rayquaza look like? And that was something that I really want to learn. And that's kind of like what a lot of it is too, is that a lot of these projects are like, I really want to learn how to do that specific effect. Okay, well, let's go learn how to do it. And here we are. So, but that's kind of like what it is. I have a lot of plans, and I fully intend on making them happen. The difference is literally just what in my life is going to come jump at me. Thank you. No. Sorry. An ad blocker decided to open a page. We blocked 4,000 ads. That's great. What was he saying? We have plans. I've learned I could be a really good producer, because I can look at a script to tell you exactly what we need, how we're going to do it, all of that stuff. And then it's the actual just execution and getting that out there, which is my biggest struggle. But part of that is, again, I have to work so much for so little, and it just makes it really hard to have the energy to go finish these projects. But I also do have projects listed by budget. I have projects listed by how many people it would take. Like if I show you this, which I guess I can. Show TV screen. There we go. This is the list. This is all of the different ideas and the information listed. So if somebody tries telling you I don't have Asperger's, then you show them this. We have all kinds of stuff. So I can tell you right now, starting out, we have like this right here. If I sort Z to A, no, not Z to A, A to Z. I have a lot of videos that are literally just $0 that I could easily go do. But then then it starts kind of going up from there. Whereas you have $10, you have $20, all kinds of stuff. The most expensive ones are going to be the Star Wars movie that I want to make. It would be a fan film. It would be very like non-profit. Like that money would just get dumped into making the film, and I wouldn't be allowed to make any money off of it. But I have an idea, and I really want to make it. I have The Princess and Her Knight, which is a medieval fantasy that I want to make, very akin to the dark 80s fantasy films at the time. And then Till Death Do Us Part, which is my weird, trippy love story that happens after death. It's like a whole thing and stuff. I want to do research on it, but this is also kind of one of those things where it's like say Till Death Do Us Part. One of the things that I really want to do is look into the different mythologies: Greek, Egyptian, Christian, what am I missing? Japanese. Specifically about the different realms of the dead, and just kind of pull as much from every corner that I can find. But that easily could lead into, this is what I just learned about this today. And then, so it's like I spent all, since we release videos once a month, or at least that's the goal, is be like, this month I did a bunch of research into the land of the dead and Christian mythology. Let's talk about it. And then you have a whole video educational essay about like, this is all the things that I learned. And so it's like, there's a way to go about it. And I think I'm taking it one step at a time, but any help would be greatly appreciated. I enjoy this stuff. I know this is what I want to do. I've known that I wanted to be a filmmaker since I was 13, from reading Percy Jackson and not being thrilled that the movie wasn't as accurate to the book as it could have been. But that's another video essay I'd like to do, is talk about book adaptations and things like that. So one more time, I'm going to go ahead and even go as far as let you guys kind of pause and scroll through just to see what these different ideas are, and kind of how we're going about it. Kind of just gives you an idea of stuff that I'd like to do. Yeah, and so each one of these also like spawns different types of videos as well. So like, for example, let's say no, that one doesn't really spark. That one's pretty active. Let's talk about, what is a good example here? Loving it. I don't remember. Okay, maybe. All right, I guess I've been corrected. I was gonna say, some ideas spawn other videos, which I did talk about. I clicked on the wrong thing. We did talk about that. Like with X-Men, you're getting a bunch of visual effects stuff. With Till Death Do Us Part, you're getting videos on the history of the Land of the Dead. You're also looking at, all kinds of stuff. So it's just like, but I know this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is what I'm super passionate about. This is the stuff that I would love to wake up every day and do this. It's like, that's what I want to do. And so I feel like the best way to convey that is just by literally just telling you guys, talking to you directly, and saying, this is it. This is what I'd like to do. Here's where I'm struggling. Please send help in the form of dollar bills. Next medium project is Mando. I feel like at this point I'm going in circles, so I think I'm just going to end it there. But yeah, that's where we are. So if you'd like to see us do more stuff, or if you have any questions about anything on the list that I have given you, or I've given here, I would love to hear from you, because it kind of helps give me a direction as well. Like, knowing what people are interested in helps out a lot. Any questions in regards to anything on here, I will be more than happy to answer them. If you need any more detailed answers, or if you have detailed questions, I'd love to hear them. So, yeah. So the normal YouTube spiel, go ahead and like and subscribe, support us on Patreon if you can. Check out our Redbubble, where we have all kinds of different stuff. Check out our other channels. Tell us what your favorite thing is. I'd love to hear it. And so everybody have a good night, and the next video will be a real video, I promise.